What is going on, guys? Welcome back to E8 Football. I'm your boy Ethan, and today we are going to review the potential almost could have happened that happened in the match yesterday between Dortmund and Barcelona. If what happened could have happened, but on a different day, Barça would have lost 7-0. It was bad. It was really, really bad. It snaps our 26-game unbeaten streak that we've been going on. Shows that we're not invincible because we've been mighty gods looking like it. And that's probably the worst performance I've seen all season from Barcelona. And I know we've had some stinkers. We've lost to Leganes. We've lost to Las Palmas. We've lost to Monaco at the start of the Champions League. This is the worst one I've seen so far, and it's not even close because of the ramifications that could have happened if we lost this match 4-0 or 5-0. I shite you not. If this would have happened and we lost 5-0, this would have been worse than Roma, the 3-3. This would have been worse than Inter, that game. This would have been worse than all of those games. And it could have been put up on, potentials to be worse than the corner taken quickly. But I'm not going to say that. I'm already getting shivers from it because I don't want to mention it anymore because it still hurts. But let's continue. Barcelona were Turkey in this match. I'm saying this right now. We were horrible in this match. Dortmund absolutely could have scored 5 goals on us, and thank goodness the defense held back enough to make it happen. And Szczęsny made some crazy saves that could have potentially led to us out of the Champions League. And with the team we have, I could not see us losing this match, dude. Badly, with the team we have, we should be beating Dortmund or at least getting a draw at their place because it is hard to do something at the Signal Iduna Park, but it was bad. And it was really bad. But we managed to get through to the next round. Might have been a bit disappointing in that second leg, but remember, it is hard to win over there at Dortmund. They have the backing of the yellow wall, so we just needed to get through, and we got through. We could have rested some guys in this match, but we made it through. I'm glad that Dani Olmo is back in this game, and I'm glad that he should be reintegrated into the starting lineup as soon as the games roll on. And I don't know what else to say about this match. I mean, this match, Dortmund had 5 clear-cut opportunities, and thankfully to the defense and Szczęsny making a bunch of saves, we managed to get through. But the front line was firing a blank today, and it was bad. I think we had 1 or 2 shots. It wasn't great. We dominated possession because we always love to hold the possession of the ball, because we don't want the opponent getting much of the ball, because if they get the ball, they're going to get possession. So I love that we dominated possession. We had a better pass accuracy than them, and it just came down to the counterattacks, and Dortmund on the counterattack are just so freaking good. They put our defense in locks when they went on the counterattack, and thank goodness our defense was having somewhat of a game. But again, you just got to look at some people in that back line, and I know exactly who I'm looking at in this back line again that had problems. And once we get to the player ratings, I'll talk about them, but it's just when our back line plays in Europe, they do not play like they do in La Liga. And yes, there is a huge contrast to La Liga and UEFA, but our back line's got to do better. And Guirassy, hat-trick. He's a really good striker. Generally think we should have picked him up whenever he left from Stuttgart. But would have been a good backup to Lewandowski. But we have Varane now, so we're good. Yeah, and Guirassy should have scored like 3 goals in the first leg as well because that defense was giving him space. He just showed it now because in the first leg he had a stinker. The second leg he did better. And he showed us and he made us pay for the mistakes and the open spaces we were leaving in the back. But we were resting people. We did rest Inigo to put on the donkey that is Araujo on, so that's good. I'm glad we rested people. We do need a lot of people ready for El Clasico, and although Real Madrid isn't as big a club as Dortmund right now in terms of overall skill and stuff and overall form, I feel like we made it through the line, and that's all that matters in terms of Champions League stuff. Now we're gonna really start to see the matches pick up. Inter Bayern next round, big matchup there, and honestly, I'm afraid for either of them. But in terms of overall quality, I think Barça have a better team than both of them. I'm scared of Inter because they have good defense, and Bayern because they have good counterattacks, just like Dortmund, but it's Bayern. They've got Musiala and much better quality players. But I feel like for Barca, the match we more want in this is, I want to say Bayern Munich. God, I never thought I'd be saying that. Bayern Munich over Inter, especially from our history with Bayern Munich. I think we'd prefer Bayern Munich in this match because they play a high line like us but don't know how to maintain it as well. And we exposed them in the last few matches as well for having that high line. Inter defends so well, and I do not want to deal with their really compacted defense and low block. So I prefer Bayern in this next round. So we'll just have to see how the match in the Champions League goes today. But on to our player ratings. Szczęsny, I'll give him a 6.5. He made some really good saves. Honestly, I'll throw him man of the match as well. He played really well because none of our players deserved man of the match. But I'll give it to Szczęsny. Made some good saves and saved us from embarrassing elimination, historic elimination in the Champions League. So it's a 6.5 for me. I'll tip it up to a 6.8. Koundé, not a great game today. 5 for me. Yeah. It wasn't good. He didn't help in the back, and up front he wasn't doing much either. The whole team looked disconnected today. It just didn't look the same as like old Barcelona, or as a Barcelona from recent weeks. So it's a 5 for Koundé. Ronald Araujo. This guy, dude. Reminds me of Maguire. He's just makes way too many mistakes. I mean, he doesn't remind me of Maguire. He reminds me of Lindelof. He makes way too many mistakes. And at a professional level, you just can't be making those. Adeyemi smoked him, bro. Adeyemi smoked Araujo every time he got to him. 4. Why do we keep... I don't know why this guy keeps starting for us, because he's been terrible. I really hope he can get his form back, but he needs to get his form back because he's looking like a shadow of his former self under the Barcelona that once was. So, 4 for him. Terrible. Kubarsi didn't have a great game. The whole defensive line didn't have a great game. 5.5 for Kubarsi. I mean, he did better than Araujo, but poor game. You could see he was tired. Yeah, it was just a really bad game, and it's a 5.5 for me for him today. Gerard Martin. It's hard for this guy because he's new and he's coming into the Barcelona team trying to get some experience and some playing time, but 5.5 as well. I think he was one of the better ones in the back today in the game yesterday, but still not as great as they were before. So 5.5. Frankie de Jong, 5.5. Not his usual performance. The Barcelona did not look like a team that wanted to play today, and you could see it from the middle and the front line and the back line. They all look shaky, and Frankie was part of that unit, so it's a 5.5 from him. Gavi, it's not good when you get substituted, so it's a 5. I love that he's been getting the minutes recently, and I love that he's been getting back to form, but it was a poor performance today, so 5. I don't have anything else to say about Gavi, really. I mean, what are you going to do with a Barcelona that's not firing on all blanks? Fermin Lopez, 6.5. Pretty much got the goal, the dagger that sealed the match with the own goal. I think it was his ball that managed to get that own goal. Him crashing the box, and other than that, it wasn't good, but because of that moment alone, I'm pretty sure all of the momentum would have gone to Dortmund's favor, and they would have scored 3 more goals after that goal if that Barcelona goal didn't happen. So it is a 6.5 from him. Let's continue on. Lamine Yamal. I love him. He's the future of our Barcelona team. He's going to lead the squad with his young age and his absolutely magic abilities, but he was poor today. Not the Lamine I've been seeing in the past few weeks. Didn't have much to do up front. It's 5 for me. I still love him, obviously, but it wasn't great today. But you can't blame him for all this stuff. I mean, he is really young, and you can't blame him for all this stuff. So 5.5, I'll raise it from a 5. Rafinha, poor, 4.5. One shot, and I think that's all he had, and he didn't do anything after that. 4.5. Not the prolific Rafinha you've been seeing recently, but like I said, you can't blame any of these Barcelona players. It was a bad game from the whole team, and yeah, Lewandowski, 4.5. Couldn't do anything. Had no service today because that Dortmund defense was much better than ours today. And not a great performance from him. 4.5. For the subs, Ferran, 6, I guess. He did come on. I guess you could say he was better than Lewandowski, but once again, he didn't get any service, so I didn't expect anything great. Pedri, 6. He came on, made a few passes, and tried to get into the game, but I'm pretty sure Dortmund had all the momentum at that point, so it's a 6 for me. Dani Olmo, I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's not injured anymore, and I didn't see much of him play, but it's a 6 for me. I mean, for most subs, I give them 6s because they just come on and I don't see them play much. So, 6. Eric Garcia actually did pretty good when we put him on. Extra body for that defense, so I will give him a 6. And Flick, I mean, I know he's not taking this match as seriously, but that could have been really catastrophic. So, 5.5 for Flick today. The man of the match for the whole match, Guirassy. Obviously, got a hat trick, so I'm not going to blame him. But in terms of man of the match for Barcelona, Szczęsny just made it through the line, got past the finish line, and I'm happy we got the result to get to the semifinals of the Champions League. Finally breaking that Champions League semifinal curse. Thank goodness. And I really just hope we get it done against Inter Bayern Munich to finally get to the final and to finally live the Champions League after what's been so long. I think it's been 10 years. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry if that day ever happens. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. I'm really happy Barca got this result, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.